Hello, every pony, hello, every brony. Here's more Casanova Spike. Chapter 9. Spike and Rarity. Oh my. Spike began making his way back into town. He kept trying to figure out what was going on.
What is that all of a sudden? Twilight and the rest of the gang are in love with me? He pondered. It just doesn't make sense.
Then he stopped and had a thought.
But that must mean that...
With hope in his heart, Spike raced to Carousel Boutique as fast as his dragon legs would let him. Since the rest of the main six were in love with him, then so was Rarity? He would finally have the chance of being with her, but before he went to Carousel Boutique, Spike stopped to buy some flowers from a stand. He had last came to Carousel Boutique. He opened the door, looking for the mare of his dreams.
"Rarity?"
he called. "Are you here?" Then he stopped to working on another assembly. Rarity turned around, saw Spike, and smiled with a twinkle in her eyes. "Spikey Wikey!" she cried, using her magic to levitate Spike towards her and wrapped him in a hug. "What a surprise!"
"I just thought I'd drop by and see how you're doing," said Spike, blushing. "I can see you might be busy, so I'll just head off now."
"Oh, don't be silly," interrupted Rarity. "You came all this way, so I simply must insist that you stay for lunch."
Okay,"
said Spike, who was still blushing. So Rarity gave him some gems that she had in the reject pile as part of lunch. Spike happily chewed on them and remembered the flowers.
"I bought these for you, Rarity," he said, showing her the flowers.
"For me? How sweet!" she cried, taking the flowers. "You're such a sweetheart, Spikey Wikey!" And she kissed him on the cheek. Spike blushed even darker.
"Aw, thanks, Rarity," he said bashfully.
"Remember the beautiful fire ruby you gave me?" asked Rarity.
"Yeah,"
answered Spike. Rarity showed Spike the ruby.
"You still keep it?"
asked Spike. "Why, of course, darling," replied Rarity. "This ruby was a gift from a very great friend, and I refused to part with it."
Spike blushed. "So you're really in love with me?" he asked. "This isn't a dream?"
"Of course I'm in love with you, Spikey," said Rarity. "Who wouldn't love a face like that, with the cutest chubby cheeks?" She playfully pinched his cheeks. Spike blushed even more. "Besides," Rarity continued, "I know why you're really here."
"Oh, really? Why is that?"
Spike asked. "You've come to ask me to be your very special sun pony," cried Rarity. "How romantic!" Spike couldn't think of what to say. "Oh, I knew this day would come," interrupted Rarity. "Ever since that incident with that Prince Blueblood, I never thought I'd find the one that was truly right for me. One that would treat me like a lady and stand by me no matter what. Now I realize my special sun pony was with me all along, and it was you, my Spikey Wikey." Spike tried to speak, but he blurted out with a nervous gibberish instead. "Oh, I'm speechless as well, my love," said Rarity, wrapping him in another hug. "This must be a dream come true," said Spike in his head. "Rarity wants to go out with me." "I must get back to work now, sweetie," explained Rarity. "I'll see you later," and she nuzzled him. "Bye." Rarity turned around to work while Spike left the shop with a huge grin on his face.
"So far this day is starting to get even better for me," he concluded. "I had an awesome party, got to see most of an air show, and Rarity wants to date me. Thank you, Lady Luck."
Suddenly, Spike ran right into a pony's leg and fell down. He shook his head and looked up who he ran into. It was Applejack's brother, Big Macintosh, with a serious expression on his face. "Sorry there, Big Macintosh," apologized Spike. "I wasn't watching when I was going. Nice day, isn't it?"
"Yep,"
answered Big Mac. Spike tried to continue, but he was stopped by Big Macintosh. Big Macintosh then pointed his hoof in direction towards Sweet Apple Acres. "You want me to go to Sweet Apple Acres with you?" asked Spike nervously.
"Yep,"
came the reply. Spike gulped nervously, but the expression of Big Macintosh's face, he feared the worst. But he didn't want it any worse than that, so he did what he was told. Oh, snap. Who would have thought? Well, what's gonna happen to the little guy next? Well, who knows? Stay tuned for the next chapter.